Hello, you Tauruses out there. Welcome to your May 2017 general reading. Psychic Medium Eric, bringing you Tauruses your May 2017 general reading. I want to thank all you guys out there for tuning, liking, subscribing to my videos. It's been a great joy and pleasure bringing it to you. On a note, all my readings only cost $20 now. It's only $20 a reading. So if you guys would like a reading, you can email me. You have I put all the information in the description box, so you can just check that out. And I cut my prices in half as a big thank you to everybody out there. And so my usual prices are $40 for a full reading, but for the rest of the year, since you guys have been so good to me, I'm cutting it at half to only $20 a reading. It's my way of thanking all you guys for supporting me out there, and let's just keep it up. A lot of work to do, a lot of good work to do out there. I'm just happy to bring you guys your readings. I'm happy to help you. I'm happy to guide you guys. And like I said, it's been great. You guys have been great, so I want to give you thankful. This price is through the whole end of the year, so you do not have to worry. It is $20, and you get your reading. I can only do readings through phone or through a video reading, which I would email to you after I finished it. But like I said, if you'd like a private reading or interested, check out my description box, and all the information is there. And we'll set something up. All right, Tauruses, or I don't know, that sounds weird. Anyway, let's get into your general reading for May. All right, Taurians, your general energy for May is the Five of Wands reversed. The Devil reversed. The Queen of Wands reversed. I actually like these cards in reverse due to the fact that when the Five of Wands is in reverse, it usually means like if there's like petty arguments around you, it looks like everything is passing right now. And I also see a release of bondage or freedom, or I feel like so if you guys have been going through some turmoil lately, or I feel like it's more the beginning of the year though, because you're coming into May where the fighting is subsiding, or I feel like you're coming into May with kind of like a fresh start. All right, you could also you might be having trouble with a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or a Leo you might have been having trouble with, or someone who's like that, because when the Queen of Wands in reverse is somebody who's very demanding, she could be very demanding. So you might be dealing with somebody with this, but you guys looks like you're taking more of a diplomatic approach right now to dealing with your problems. Now the events leading up to this is what you have at the beginning of the year leading up into May. You got the Emperor, the Strength card, the King of Wands. This card represents you guys moving or wanting to move on. Four of Wands reversed. The Chariot reversed. You got the Lovers reversed and the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So some of you guys might have been dealing with some family issues, or maybe some family quarreling right now, and you're trying to decide what you do. Looks like some of you might have actually seek counseling for that. So some of you might be going through some family issues where you might be seeking counseling. Or with the love spread, I got give your relationship a chance. So some of you might be working on your relationships. And you've got engagement, soulmate, love yourself first, that's taking back your power, worth waiting for, and new love. So this is telling me a few things here. Like I said, so some of you are working on your relationships right now. Some of you might have had relationships with, this could be a relationship with family members too. So some of you might have been quarreling with family relationships right now. It looks like going into May, it looks like all that's going to be passing. All right, and then you can get to work on building your foundation again. Yeah, because it looks like there's some family quarreling, or some maybe quarreling with a lover, or quarreling with friends, or looks like something like that, but it's all passing though. It's also interesting. Some of you might even be quarreling with workers too, or co-workers, because you also got career transition here too. So some of you might be leaving a workplace that might be where there's a lot of quarreling, or you may have gotten a new opportunity to move on with the waves of prosperity. You guys got the wave of prosperity and make a decision. And to dream big, so some of you might be deciding to move away from jobs where you feel trapped. And also, some of you might be going to new jobs where you might be working a job at the beginning of the year and you might feel trapped by it. Now you guys are wanting to move on to something new now, and now you feel like once you take that leap of faith, it's going to be very prosperous for you, because you're going to be jumping into new opportunities that are going to be presenting themselves to you. And it also could be you may be getting new opportunities. You might be conflicted. But I get the sense that some of you Taurians feel like you might be trapped by either relationships or trapped by your workplace, where you might not be happy and you're getting a new job offer and you're ready to jump into a new job offer or a new offer that comes before you. So it looks like some of you will be jumping into new job offers coming in, because some of you might feel confined by where you're working now, or confined by the workplace. And some of you, if this is relationship-wise, some of you might have been, maybe you're feeling confined by a bad relationship and feeling like, I can't get out, but then you're making the decision to get out of this relationship. And some of you might actually be working on those relationships too, or working to resolve the issues with your relationships. But some of you will be moving on from those kind of relationships too. But like I said, for some of you might actually be working on that relationship. You might be giving it a chance and to see what happens. It's like I said, some of you might be seeking counseling for it, or seeking some marriage counseling, or seeking some family counseling. I'm even getting some family counseling. Maybe Tauruses are going to some family counseling right now, or you're going to some counseling of some sort. This is also a good reading for singles too, because singles, you've got new love coming in. But first you have to respect yourself. Love yourself. Take your power back. That's what the Emperor card here, and the strength. It's about respecting yourself, taking the power yourself, not to get into relationships where you feel trapped or confined. Because Tauruses are very loyal, and they can easily get trapped into relationships like that because they're so loyal to their partner, and maybe the relationship isn't the best for them, and maybe you're deciding, you know what, it's time for me to move on, because guess what, once I move on from a toxic relationship, guess what's happening? New love is coming in. So this might be about, for singles out there, it's about moving on to a new relationship where you might have ended a relationship where you might have felt trapped, or might have felt like, there was nothing I can do, or the relationship is all about fighting, and you decide to say, you know what, I'm packing up, I'm leaving, and you know why? Because there's new love coming in for me. Alright, so there's many different scenarios with this reading here. And like I said, there will be some Taurus couples who might be actually working on their issues. Where I feel like some married couples might be working on their issues with their partner. And maybe they're working with issues with arguing and fighting, and maybe could be with addictions too, because the Devil card is there. Maybe you're fighting and battling because of addiction or addictive behavior. So that too. And you could be doing that. Like I said, it could be some of you just believe maybe you're getting rid of a job where you feel trapped by and you're ready to move on, because you do have the ways of prosperity and the career transition cards here for you. So you might be jumping into new careers, and because new opportunities are presenting themselves to you, because you're tired of being trapped by old jobs and old situations that just aren't in your best interest anymore. It's the same thing with relationships too, because like I said, in the past you felt like you couldn't move. Now all of a sudden, I feel like you guys now everything with this energy, with this planetary energy, has a lot to do with it too. It's kind of making communications kind of crazy right now, miscommunications, and I feel like once May comes, that's all going to subside. It looks like you Taurus signs have got hit pretty hard by it too, but it looks like all that's going to pass, so that's really good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Like I said, you guys have got new career opportunities, new ways of prosperity coming upon you. Like I said, some of you are going to be ending jobs where you feel confined by, and you're going to be diving into some new ventures in the month of May. Like I said, so some of you are going through some family problems right now. You might be getting help with that right now, with your family issues. You might be working it out with counseling, or Some of you might be, like I said, might be leaving a bad situation where you do feel trapped by, or it's a relationship where there's an addiction going on or addictive behavior going on where you might have felt trapped by that. But Tauruses are very loyal, so sometimes they'll stay in that kind of relationship because they're hoping that their partner will change. And sometimes it can happen, and sometimes it can't happen. And if it can't happen and there's nothing that the relationship can't go further, then obviously it has to end. But whatever it is, some of you have new love coming in. So you singles out there, some of you singles have new love coming in for you, and it's worth waiting for. So if you singles right now, so if you single Tauruses out there, not to worry, because you do have new love coming in for you. And like I said, and you also got the spiritual understanding card, which is all about divine timing. Things happen when they're supposed to. There's always lessons that we need to learn. If we're in a relationship like this, or just life lessons in general, I feel like this card is basically about life lessons in general. And I feel like once you understand those lessons, then you'll have the ability to move on and to move on to new things. But like I said, we're with you guys. It looks like there is it looks like there is turbulence that's passing right now. And like I said, I think it's just the crazy energy that we're going through right now. So in May, it looks like all that's going to be subsiding. It looks like you'll be taking a diplomatic approach to problem solving instead of fighting. It's going to be more of a diplomatic approach rather than harshness with this Queen of Wands in reverse, harshness or nastiness. It's going to be more of a diplomatic approach. A matter of, some of you will be giving your relationship a chance and working on these problems that you might be experiencing now. And like I said, some of you might figure out the way to fix the problem is to just remove it or just end it. So some of you might have some endings, but you also might have some new beginnings, whether it be with a new job or even with a new love. And if you feel it's necessary, sometimes you have to consult an expert on, like I said, you can be consulting expert on a marriage counselor, or maybe for making a big change of career or work-wise, you could seek somebody out. Maybe they can give you advice. Or maybe they can give you advice, because you actually got the counselor card twice here, which is telling me you guys are going to be seeking advice, seeking counsel this month about situations rather than taking them on yourself. Like I said, some of you might be seeking a diplomatic approach rather than a hard edge, in-your-face approach. Also to problem solving this month, excuse me. All right, Taurus. Well, that's all the messages I have for you coming up for the month of May. I hope you've enjoyed it. Like I said, I've got my new prices. I've cut my prices in half for you guys just to thank you. So like I said, I've cut my price in half. It's my way of thanking you guys for subscribing to my videos, and it's a joy and pleasure bringing them to you. And I will see you guys next month.